Hey Kingsman, welcome back. I hope you guys are all doing well. I realize it has been a minute since I've had uploaded a NDW3 battle, and I do apologize for that. Things have been getting a little crazy, so we're back. And, well, I'm going to have an update soonish as to maybe a change in some things in my life that may affect how often I post videos, only for a short time. But anyway, back to the battle, because already France is getting very aggressive towards Austria. But this is, like I said before, I believe sent in by Implex. It is a 10-point France, a 10-point Imperial Guard, a 7-point Italy, and a 8-point Bavaria going up against, as you saw, Austria 10-point, Helder 8-point, I believe a 9-point UK, and then 9-point Spain. So I have played on this map before, but the positioning of the armies is different. I mean, it's all ranging all along here, but very obviously on the mini map over on this side. Already you can see that France is already squaring up, staring down the Austrian, let's see, the Chevaliers, Cuirassiers, they have their general as well, and some Hussars. So very potent. Now the French are going to be going with some Hussars, Dragoons, Provincial Dragoons, more Dragoons, and more Dragoons. So a lot of Dragoons have some Hussars kind of flanking, and that's kind of where the battle seems to be starting. Now, there's obviously going to be a fight for this area. There's a lot of LOCs here. You can see Italy actually moving up some of their lighter cav to scout. Bavaria is going to be moving over to help support that side. You can see already the Dragoons and Hussars of, or just Hussars technically, of the UK already inching up, trying to maybe take some ground. King German's Legion, the Queen Zone. And it's always the standoff in the very beginning of a match, you know, and then somebody lights the match and it starts. Now we do have Helder, maybe pushing up some Kazakis. I believe some of their cav does have the shock resistance, so they can take a hit and hold the ground for a little bit. Now France maybe is going to have the Imperial Guard coming over to help them. I do not know. The Imperial Guard can bring some really deadly cav. Let's see if they did. So far, just the Immortals. Let's see, where's the rest of it? I hope they brought more cav. Some heavies for the Imperial Guard would be amazing in this spot, but I don't think they did. But anyway, it looks like, yeah, Bavaria is inching over on this side. They may be trying to fight all by themselves. They do have a river. If they can hold this river, they actually will be able to control a portion of the battlefield and use it as a flanking force. You can see Italy actually had some cav setting up right here. Now they're going to get themselves out of there, actually running out of there. You don't want to get attacked by the Hussars of Spain. But the front lines are starting to form up here. France has this hill. The Austrians have the other side of the hill, and there's a canyon or valley in between. Nobody seems to be interested in attacking the other one yet. Ooh, we got some. That's a large unit of Trilliers. Wow, 146. Just bring in some basic line infantry here. It would appear some Swiss. Gotta love the Swiss. More Swiss. Their uniforms are just good looking. That's what I like. Artillery now opening up as this battle. I am just killing time. Oh my goodness. Look at this artillery piece. It is a 6-pounder, 4-horse artillery 6-pounders. Looks like they fired a volley and now they are limbering back up. They may have gotten some deadly kills. Possibly. Now they got a couple kills on some of Helder's cav. They're pushing up Dragoons and light Dragoons here. So the cav fight, I'm expecting a cav fight. I am gearing to be able to catch a cav fight. I am very vigilantly watching the map. Austria seems to be shifting over in a lateral motion here. Got Landor in the back lines with some of their Dutch Grenadiers. And gonna let their first line infantry, which seems decent. They have large units, setting up in the front. And Italy is going to be pushing up on this flank. I don't know where the UK are at this moment. But I think that it's safe to say the UK have this area right here. They have Helder watching their flank. They have a tree. Who knows where Helder is actually at? Helder could be, probably is, yeah. over here, so they're gonna be pushing up here. And then of course you got Spain, I believe. Where's Spain? So 3 armies right here, which means Austria's probably on their own, which is good.
This building has fallen
Which
to
is
the
good.
enemy.
That means that France can push up, and honestly, they probably could take on, with their massive cav, they could take on the Austrians. Now, those that they're getting more aggressive, they're running forward. They do have some skirms here. Oh no, don't sacrifice your skirms. Shade is not going to happen. I think he's gonna send some hussars in for some skirms. Yes, he is. And well, these skirms have been caught in the middle of a
Our
bloodbath,
men are running
but they
for it.
broke. Dang. They're gonna come back. They didn't lose very many, but they just got broken so fast. And they saved their skirms. That's impressive, actually, right there. So this line held. It looks like they may be forming up on this side. The Imperial Guard most likely is going to be help focusing with Italy and Bavaria on this one flank. Now you got to worry that maybe the French, or not the French, but the Spanish have some troops over on this side, which is really wise if they are wanting to hold this bridge to prevent a flanking force while the rest of the troops push. Kind of split Bavaria from their allies and then focus on Italy. Looks like we may have some skirms here, though. Yeah, we got some skirms. Don't know if they're in range. But, yep, looks like the UK have pushed forward with some of their Green Rascals and are taking this LOC. These are skirms or light infantry. They're Lightfoot, so they're going to have some good accuracy, reloading skill. We do have Cav getting focused by the French. You gotta always be vigilant. This is a really good Cav unit. Or not. It's a Cav unit you don't want to just throw away, and right now it's being thrown away by artillery. Some artillery going in. They could actually break these guys, and they're hitting our infantry probably behind. But France has an excellent position. They have some 8-pounders set up. They have some howitzers set up here. Nice little gap in the lines, but they're further back behind the lines, so they're going to start really pushing at the Austrian flank, the Austrian left flank. It would look of the Austrians. We do also have that horse artillery firing. I don't know what they're shooting at. They gotta be careful not to get any friendly fire, but the UK are going to possibly try to maybe use this little ramp or like a levee type thing to kind of sit behind. And Spain's actually gonna have some 6-pounders that are gonna start firing at probably Italy. You can see they are stacked one on one side, though the other side, using the tree line and the levee to kind of cover for themselves. Get as much shelter. Look at this guy. This guy knows how to do it. Oh wow, one of the guys already was buried. He got buried already, guys. One guy you don't have to worry about. So Bavaria looks like they're not even going to mess with this bridge. They are shifting over all their troops. And got some good line infantry. Good. Grenadiers. And they possibly are just going to set up their artillery here. 3-pounder, try to take some pot shots at the Spanish cav. But they can focus over here where Italy's already forming up. The Imperial Guard, he's going to help back them up, make it very potent. Austria is probably going to have a fight of attrition. Now they have large units which can take the fire, but they're going to dish it out too. As you can see, this unit of hussars came back, but they are being focused down by artillery. And those skirmishers learned a sharp lesson, and they are going to be sitting further back here. So very slow moving battle, but that's okay. You can kind of see the thought process and you won't miss anything. Italy's now going to wait. This is actually really wise. Imagine if they had pushed forward and Helder was sitting right here. Bavaria's not here, Imperial Guard are not here, and Helder could flank Italy, and Italy would lose a lot, and then they would not be able to really attack very well with their ally. This is really smart, and you see actually the UK may be trying to probe forward and see what Italy has, which is some good infantry here. The whole army just geared, ready to fight. Look at this formation. You have Italian infantry everywhere. Oh, now they're moving forward. the reason why they're moving forward is because the UK pushed up. Although honestly, they're going to push back now. They're like, oh, okay, that was a mistake. There's way too many of them. I like Italy's positioning. They have a very good position. They have the tree line. They have artillery up on the hill. The 12-pounder, two 12-pounders. Wow. So definitely I see a French artillery presence on this field today. Now here's Helder. They have a lot of Russian musketeers, the UK. Kind of a good mixture. They look like they're going to attempt to, support. But possibly we may have finally some movement from Austria. Possibly. Helder's going to get focused down by artillery as they're moving up. Still a good distance off, so it's just going to knock back a lot of them, but France is getting in position, and they are very contented, and they are in good positioning to not be attacking, just to be sitting. Exactly what they're doing. Bavaria is going to come up and go on this flank, and I don't think the UK have what it takes. Don't forget that Spain is here. Now, Spain could be forming up right here, and if there's just a small area to defend, Spain could easily do it with so many masses of infantry they have. We do have the UK in the front lines now with their 6-pounders. Gonna really start causing some damage. We do have some light dragoons sitting back here to maybe defend their artillery if they get attacked. Helder has some grenadiers in the back to back up any bayonet charge, and then some infantry in the front for the UK. And it looks like actually Helder may be pushing up. And the Imperial Guard may be trying to hide this forest. Look how dark this forest is. The Imperial Guard could push through this forest and then stand right at the edge and fire out. And Helder could get caught out of position. I'm kind of concerned that already the losses for this coalition are becoming high, as they are taking a lot of artillery fire. As the French are capitalizing on their artillery everywhere. I don't see very much artillery firing back. I see one here. And one here, one here. I don't see, there's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one over here. Is there one on the flank too? But we got some regular volleys as Helder is going to gladly push up. Start engaging. The Italians and Imperial Guard are not totally in formation, not totally in line. They are moving through the trees. They are not hidden. But it's going to take them a minute. Once they do, though, they're really going to start hurting them. I think actually Helder is falling back. Their poor artillery, our infantry are just getting... Oh, the drummer. The poor drummer. He's like, I got to keep playing. I got to keep playing the drums, man. Artillery really going to start telling. Here's Spain, though. So Spain has some artillery on this flank. Bavaria may have a difficult time. And quite honestly, maybe they should not even attack here. This should just be a reinforcement. In Italy, they should apply pressure on Helder. That's what I would do as the Italians and French, is apply pressure on Helder right in the center here. Ignore this side, right through Helder, and then it will collapse. All go in place, because they seem contented to sit back over here. Let them. They definitely have the numbers right now. The UK and Helder are firing, getting some volleys off. Italy's returning fire. And it hasn't lost very many men so far. Howitzers blasting over Helder's position. Ooh, they actually have some losses over here. This unit is taking heavy losses. They are shaken because of the lot. I wonder if all these guys are focusing on that one unit. But you can see now, oh, did they friendly fire? Oh no. French need to be really careful. But now that the Imperial Guard is in position, they are going to start providing some excellent fire. They can spread their units out, but they're not even on fire yet. and they're gonna start telling. Every shot's gonna start telling as Helder gets even closer and closer on the side. France actually has started engaging here, so Austria's gonna shift over, but that's gonna cause the rest of the French to start pushing forward to stop Austria from trying to turn the flank, as they're trying to put all this pressure on Helder right now. And you can see Helder's lost a lot of men. Artillery focusing on this one unit, trying to get him to break. I would be very concerned right now. Yeah, this is a mess. This is a mess. The French had this area zeroed in. Honestly, I think Spain should be pushing forward. They should be pushing forward on the flank. UK can push forward with them because Italy is engaged over here. They don't probably have a lot. I mean, they have a decent amount of troops still up here, but it's not a lot. They have artillery. Sure, put some cav pressure on them too. You know, you may be okay. Now Helder is going to fall back, causing the Imperial Guard to fall out from the trees and into line with the rest of their comrades, and start pouring some real accurate fire if they get close enough, as though this is chasseurs and voltigeurs. Austria actually is falling back. It's just the artillery, and then we have some skirmishers here as well, trying just taking shots at them. Honestly, this battle seems to be going pretty badly so far for the coalition. Bavaria hasn't even pushed up here. They are, like I said, they are sitting with the rest of Italy, just being defensive. If they can keep Spain from pushing forward, and the UK from pushing forward, and just push on Helder, that could really help them. Now, you can see that Spain, France, or Spain, UK, and Helder are all going to fall back. This LOC maybe is what's going to really start telling. All the the green rascals are going to be shooting super close on these units. We do have possibly some cav pushing up. Artillery is kind of dueling back and forth here. Yeah, it's like an artillery duel. Now we do have Bavaria starting to push up here. We may be being given the order to advance. UK are kind of stuck out unless the Spanish have pushed forward. Then this is a flank that maybe they could push on. Over here, France still pushing here. Austria kind of falling back a little bit. The artillery fire is just so terrible. You can see where all the artillery has been hitting recently. Skirm's now pushing forward. These guys are going to have to get that close before they'll start firing again. And it's not necessarily to get kills as much as it's just these guys are under fire. You know, it's damaging morale slowly. They're losing slightly because they're getting shot at and they're not returning fire. If you have guys like these who are returning fire, they will be like winning slightly. See, they're losing slightly because they are not firing yet. If you're returning fire, the morale actually is better. Oh, we do have some French or some. Oh no! Italy has sent their cav in, and the UK were not able to react in time. That could be a huge loss for the UK. As now they're gonna lose their 6-pounder in the front lines. And yeah, look at this. Spain's not even pushing up. At this point in time, they are not pushing up. Helder is under fire from multiple angles here. And now Italy's going to push up. They feel like they can take this on. Bavaria is pushing up with them, so, you know, just do it, you know? Do it. A regular advance from both sides. Well coordinated. You see the skirmishers in the front. Skirmishers are actually going to fall back. Italy's going to push forward, and the UK are now under fire, but here comes Spain. Spain's pushing up. In fact, they have a flank going on here as well, so Bavaria's going to have to deal with that flank. Let's see what they have. Just have some line infantry and a grenadier and their combat gen. Over here, it looks like Helder is once again going to start pushing forward. Austria really starting to lose men. Now, they do have men, some landwehr sitting behind to boost morale here. But they are not looking in the greatest of shape. No cav fight. I really thought there'd be a cav fight. I'm surprised.
Sir, our general is under attack.
We may have a gen getting shot at by artillery. I'm really surprised they aren't pushing on this flank. They have the cav advantage, I would say. Now, like I said, there's not been very much cav play. The cav has kind of been very absent until right this moment where some heavy Imperial cav is going to push forward here. They're going to go right into a square, though. This is bad for them. You see Helder's actually starting to lose, though, over here against the Italians. UK and Italy now firing back and forth. Spain has formed up. In fact, they have their horse artillery forming up. Spain actually has a very good flank here. They have a lot of troops, and they're going to be able to do an excellent flank. I'm actually kind of excited to see who's going to win this one. You don't see Spain win very much. Win very much. So Helder is actually maybe getting a little reckless here as they're starting to lose, getting a little desperate. Oh, I can see what they're doing. No, they're not getting desperate. They're going for guns. They are trying to drive back the guns. They are probably, yeah, they lost their cav. They need to deal with these guns. These guns are very close and are going to start causing some devastating kills at close range on Helder. Italy looks like they may have fallen back a little bit. Now Bavaria is engaging against Spain, although Spain has not started firing yet. Hopefully they don't have a musket bug. That's frustrating when they have a musket bug. Oof. So both sides going to start firing. I like what they're doing, double stacking the units. That'll boost them around with these guys who are thick, large units are going to stand a lot better. Very weak volley compared to Bavaria. My goodness. Italy's actually falling back, though. You can see they are concerned about getting outflanked. And, oh, Helder is just in a mess. They've been focused this entire time. You can see the death and destruction that has been rained down upon them throughout this battlefield. I feel bad for them because there's nothing they can do. There's literally nothing to do. In fact, even Austria is feeling it. Now, we do have a cav fight finally. Possibly. We have howitzers focusing down the Austrian cav here. Austria may have to get really aggressive. They can actually afford to get aggressive here. They have cuirassiers, chevaliers, and some lights versus 3 cav units. They could push. I'm concerned they're not. They're in fact falling back more. The real fight, though, is definitely still over here, where Helder is trying to focus where they can. They're trying to disengage from over here. I'm surprised that France is not trying to push up and try to push on this weak point. This is very weak. Helder's very weak right here. They are just getting destroyed, shredded to pieces. You see Bavaria's actually fallen back here. They have, Italy has their grenadiers sitting on the flank, and they lost the flag bearer already.
Now they must break.
Whose general died? Oh, the artillery focusing on a general and killing Arthur Wellesley. It may have been intentional, it may have been just a random glancing artillery shot, but how unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Thankfully it's the UK and not like, you know, the Spanish or something, but okay, look at this. Look at this line. Oh man, I was trying to like scroll back and move my mouse out of the way. Look at that line. Some thick lines of Spanish. And they just, you know, they're doing this flash mob thing where they disappear. Now, I do hear some cav and infantry going in. Spain actually is trying to go for Bavaria. Okay, why is the sound all messed up? So you can see Spain sending their lancers, sending some infantry. They did lose some of their L5 volunteers, but Bavaria actually is having to reform here, and you can see they're scrambling as Spain's actually rushing across even more hussars and going in. Spain is pushing and actually flanking these Jaegers there. I'm sending some dragoons. Infantry also getting pushed. Spain is doing an excellent job of turning this flank around. Helder has kind of fallen back. Excellent idea, using the house to kind of force Italy and Spain, or France, to, you know, have to fight around the house. We do have a cav charge, some poor dragoons going against some cav. We do have infantry sitting back here. We're going to volley them, so they better get themselves out of there. But Spain is making a push here. We do have some hussars now going to go in against Bavaria. And Bavaria is trying to hold this flank together now. These Hussars are probably going to get themselves out of there. We do have some more Hussars pushing forward. And that's why Italy has some of their calves sitting over here and their generals sitting over here, because they need to try to hold this flank. Actually, Italy is really suffering in this fight. They have lost a lot of men. Now, the UK also are starting to really lose men. They're going to start falling back. They don't want to lose this house. In fact, Helder put some of their Grens there, but you can see a huge break. And unfortunately, the UK don't have a general to inspire their men. They lost 2 units right there. France is now going to be pushing forward in a weak point. I think it's a weak point. I mean, just looks like any other part of the line. In fact, the trees are actually going to help. So they're pushing forward by the trees. Maybe not the greatest place to push. Maybe push more on this side, but you can see the artillery is focusing on Helder, just breaking them with the artillery. UK are really chipped away. I don't know why they're moving up. They're going to start losing. Their lines are small. The units are small. They're going to get some good shots, but they probably can't break the morale. Now, Spain could start pushing forward and really kind of knocking away, chipping away at Italy. At the same time, I think Spain's also trying to chip away at the flank of Bavaria, who's now holding this road and holding this flank. You can see they did lose their artillery here. Ooh, Spanish artillery also helping them out as well, so Bavaria's going to have some problems, to be sure. Now they do have artillery of their own sitting right here. A counter that you can see has really started to tell a little bit into this Spanish line, but these guys have some good morale because of how the general, the units that are around them. The UK are defending now by this embankment. Excellent positioning. We possibly have some Italians trying, yep, some Italian grenadiers going in, fighting Helder grenadiers. We do have France also pushing against Helder. Helder is going to have to try to hold here. It's banking on Helder. We do have a bayonet charge also going in, but Cav is going to counterattack here. Try breaking Italy. Now Helder is actually becoming shaken here. But you can see that France is trying to apply pressure, and they have almost totally snapped this flank in two. In fact, they're going for some artillery position, and I believe they took this house finally. Yes, they did. So they have some grenadiers from the Imperial Guard and some Grens for Italy. They're trying to keep fighting here. But you can see the UK still have the line outside. Italy has lost a lot of men. Still have a lot, though. And France is making a huge push on Helder. Poor Austria is just getting shot to pieces by artillery still. They just can't. They did lose some of their dragoons against Helder, as there's a big cav fight now happening over here. I think I haven't missed any cav fight that's happened over here. I think the one sad part about this is Austria should have, or could have maybe been a little more aggressive with their cav. Maybe not, but there goes Helder. Helder just had a massive break, and now I think this is going to be a win. Unfortunately, Spain is going to probably fight for a very long time still. And so the UK also seem to be holding very well. But the UK, I don't have a general to inspire them around. They're going to start breaking, and this battle is going to be over very soon here. Unfortunately, Helder just broke. Helder got focused. I think the thing to learn from this battle is why artillery can really change the course of a fight. Having just a couple extra guns instead of a couple extra infantry or cav can be really, really productive. Now, I don't think the cav in this battle... The cav just, unfortunately, wasn't used as well as it could have been. And that's something that I don't do very well and could do better. Now, of course, I think Spain did a pretty good job with some of their cav. They still have artillery firing. Like I said, the Spanish actually have to do very well. But, man... The person who owned these houses, could you imagine having to try to tell people to try to clean up this field? That'd be a nightmare. You have some cav down from Bavaria charging in against the Spanish. Some dragoons as their artillery. What's the artillery doing? This crazy artillery piece does not belong right here. It does not belong. So you can see France has started advancing. They are definitely... Well, that was a terrible cap charge. They hit so many Helder infantry before you get into the French. It looks like, yeah, now Austria is trying to hold this flank, and actually they are still holding. They are trying to hold this flank with the UK, trying to take this, win this back. But you can see Spain has just had a mass rout on this right flank against the cav and infantry of Italy. Shoot him. We're now counter-attacking, I believe, Spanish cav. Yep, going in. Elder still has some cav over here, but there's a massive militia square. Italy is helping push with France. We do have the Dragoons, the Royals, who are trying to defeat some Chasseurs, trying to run down any of Helder that is left. We do have Austria still fighting in the forest here. Trying their best, but I think it's a losing battle, unfortunately. Spain is becoming massively overrun. Italy is going to start pushing. Man, they should be bayonet charging this militia. What are they doing? They're frozen. They're like, well, let's think about this, boys. We do have a capture from Spain. Spain's still trying to become a problem here as they keep charging Bavaria's flank. But you can see with the battle here, it is, oh, Helderway for the artillery, the 3-pounder. Taking some revenge for losing so many of their men to artillery. They are now pushing forward. Now, Austria is not out of this fight yet on this side. They, ooh. Oh, the UK killed, Vento's general. I think that's Bavaria's general, yep. So Bavaria just lost their general. They gotta be careful. I mean, I think they can still win this. Oh, we have a capture to here. But they need to be very cautious. They don't overextend themselves here. That was an excellent charge by the Dragoons against these Imperial Guard. And they broke them. So the UK really trying their best to push it back. Can they come back from this? I don't think they can, but they are still trying. I like that. In fact, Austria should be pushing on this flank here. We do have a cav charge over here going for the guns. Yeah, they may lose, but they're definitely going to break some of these guns.
Our men are running.
They broke them. So France is still fighting against Austria. Austria has some forest, so that's actually going to help them. The artillery not going to help them. Spain is, oh well, they're probably going to lose this LLC, and that may be it for them. But they're trying. This Spanish Imperial Guard is taking on some Scottish. Dispatching each other. I think the Italians are going to take it. And Spain has not given up by any means. Italy is kind of around this house. They have lost a ton of men. They need to be very cautious here because the UK is still are around. They still have some very massive, very good cav here that could smash in on them at any moment. Austria is still in this fight here, guys. This is not over. In fact, this is the second phase of this battle. I think if the French are very, very careful, they can use their artillery and just blast away, continue blasting away. Don't be too aggressive against Austria at this time. Blast away with your artillery. Wait for your ally to maybe defeat Spain. I think they can defeat Spain. It's gonna be oh wow, Spain. Whoa, Spain went in for the cav charge and broke some more Italian units. We have a general counter-charging. What are they doing? If Italy loses their general, that is going to be bad. I'm surprised they didn't notice it. Now look at this. We do have Some cav once again charging in against the Imperial chasseurs. They're not letting them get away. They're just chopping them to pieces. Maybe they're going to extract themselves now, but things still not looking super decisive. I don't like that. I would not like to see that as France at this point in time. I mean, Bavaria is still doing well. Oh no, they are not doing well. Spain is this a comeback? I've never seen a comeback like this. I honestly would have said it's an Imperial loss. They seem to be winning now. How is that possible? How is that possible? There's no way.
We have killed their general, sir. Now
They killed Austria's general. That looks like that was a attempting to break the Austrians. Now they have to push. They have like a minute of a morale debuff that they need to push. Spain is over here back charging France, going for the guns. So Spain has been very, very important in this battle, and they need to get this cav out of here before it breaks. Oh my goodness. So Bavaria actually lost a bunch of units. They don't have a general anymore. Italy is running out of troops, and Spain is pushing now. The question is, are they going to go for the house? Austria is still alive. France is looking a little thinner. Now, they do have a lot of artillery still, so I think they can still win this. I think they still can win this. I believe in them. Spain is actually looking very weak here. If Italy focuses here before the UK get on their flank, maybe they can, but they're going to hold the house desperately while the UK are going to curve around. You see France is actually reforming with their ally here. The Imperial Guard is going to go with Italy, or with France, sorry, as they're going to keep trying to destroy the Austrians. Austria should be pushing forward and trying to engage these smaller units of French infantry. I don't know why they're not firing. Who are these guys firing at? Skirms? So Austria is looking pretty wavering. We do have France pouring some volleys into the UK cav. Now, it also looks like they charged in on a square, and they're going to fall back because, well, that didn't work very well, obviously. But here comes some more Spanish cav to kind of charge them in the back. That's not going to go very well for them at all. Trying to kill more models, that's the important thing, and you see they're actually going to break them here. Spain is making a huge comeback now. UK did lose. Over here, they're losing their infantry, so they're going to fall back. Helder has some infantry sitting here as well. There's still some... They're broken, but there's still units here. Now, Austria is losing a lot of their units here. France is consolidating, trying to maybe save Italy, because Italy is fighting with their backs to their own men. They don't have a lot left. And Spain is continually pushing here. In fact, they sent some cav in here, going for the artillery once again, so France is continually having to reform here. They're going to charge this cav with their own, but this infantry is slowing them down so much. And with the Spanish infantry in the mix, they may actually break the French cav. These dragoons are going to waver and break, yep. So Spain is using their numbers to kind of make a push. Austria has fallen back from here. And France is kind of, looks like Bavaria and France are leaving Italy to die by themselves. And Italy is totally seems fine with it. You know what's sad is almost all of this death over here is from artillery. Almost all of that is artillery. That is what's crazy. So France is going to reform the units. I think they're hoping to keep the LOCs for the time limit, maybe, because it's very risky to try to keep fighting here. They lost more of their voltigeurs. In Spain, I would not have expected Spain to be the one who's helping turn the tide of this battle, but they are. They still don't seem to have maybe the units to be able to take out the LOCs, and they don't have most. In fact, yeah, they don't have the LOCs. Italy has every LOC. France and Italy have the LOCs at this point, so they just have to be defensive. And the problem is, I don't think that Spain can be very offensive at this point. So it's going to be an LOC victory, most likely. But a well-played one. I would, man, that was very good. Bavaria is basically gone. And you can see the Imperials clustering, Italy's clustering on this house, just kind of hanging out here. I'm gonna fast forward. Does anything still happen? Looks like we have some engagement here, but yeah, we do have a general movement. It looks like France and Bavaria are going to push forward, maybe to this LOC. We do have more Cav pushing over on this side. I don't see Austria moving forward at all. Austria should be pushing over here. But France is going to make a general movement. They have some very fresh units still. And actually, look at this. They are driving back the Spanish. The Spanish are stubbornly, you can see here, moving back. Now, Austria is going to come in behind, and you have to send all of these units to push them back. But you can defeat Spain. Spain's going to be very... They're going to have to use their cav very well if they want to win this battle. They got to be able to utilize their cav because they're about to be pushed on too many sides. Unfortunately, France, Bavaria, and Italy, that's what it takes to take them down. Now Austria is pushing up here, and they can use the weight of their units to maybe sweep behind them. Spain maybe needs to keep falling back here. Use the river and stop and hold and let Austria come up behind you, maybe. But they are being driven further and further from the LOC, although they are forcing all these units to follow them. So, not a bad idea. We do have some cav maybe charging in. Well, we got some hussars now gonna countercharge and probably kill a couple of the dragoons, and they're gonna fall back. Austria is pushing up here, and honestly, France has very few things to defend. France needs to try to defend this LOC.
Must rest a while.
My voice. It's starting to go. Ooh, man, this is gonna be a tough fought battle. That is to be sure. We do have some cuirassiers. Concerning. That is very concerning. Some cuirassiers pushing up. You gotta watch out. As Italy, you have militia that can form square. So they're going to have them try to stop these cuirassiers from being able to charge in, but they are trying their best to quickly and swiftly defeat the Spanish. We do have a square that formed, and they're going to charge the square. And they're going to break it. Austria, in the meantime, it looks like they are not pushing up necessarily here. They're just biding their time. In fact, I think they're shelling it. And poor Spain is just going to start getting ridden all over by the cav, the dragoons. And they're probably going to start breaking just because they have enemy amuck in their back lines.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Oh my goodness, Cuirassier is gonna go for some skirms here. Easy pickings. Question is, where are they gonna go next? They're going to go for the back lines of Bavaria.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
and smash in against Bavaria. Bavaria is going to start panicking maybe a little bit. Austria using their heavies as best they can. They're also shooting over here, trying to force back. Austria is being forced back maybe, but they're also pushing over here, so they're trying to surround. If only Spain could stay alive a little bit longer. They do have some calves still. Where are those cuirassiers? Okay, they broke, but they probably did some real damage. Oh wow, Austria has a huge break. They have no general, so it's gonna be kind of difficult. I think this is gonna be a win for the Imperial side. Howbeit a hard fought, not an easy win for them by any means. Can't really say it's a real victory when you lose like basically all of your army in real life. Now obviously in the game, yes, it's true victory. True victory is when you lose despite losing most of your army.
Our men are running, sir.
Thank you for letting me know that. Ruining my screenshot. So Austria, maybe they're just gonna commit and die. You know, because obviously they've lost. LOC, they're probably not going to take it. I would just commit to a fight and sell my life dearly. Or my men's lives dearly. But they are falling back. France is going to be able to defeat Spain, although they are not easily defeating them, as you can see. They are losing a lot of men. So is Spain, obviously, but... what a last stand for Spain. A true gentleman. Fighting bitterly till the end, but taking out a lot of enemies with him. So, yeah, this is going to be the end. I think I'm going to... Unless they manage to defeat Austria before 6 minutes is up, I'm just going to skip to the end so we can see the results of this epic, very close in some ways, battle. Alright guys, so the last stand of Austria is finally happening with 46 seconds to go. They're holding in this field, or this trees. As the united forces of Bavaria and France and Italy are going to be pushing on them. Not as much Italy, I think Italy's basically gone. They're just defending the LOCs at this point. And this battle will be a coalition victory, which well fought on both sides here. The losses, you can see, I mean, most of these fields have no one left anymore. Why does this guy have a black hat and the rest don't? Okay, there's a couple that do. So, there we go. That should be the battle. It'll say it's a draw, but obviously 3 LOCs are controlled by the Imperial side, so, that is it. Like I said, this one I believe is sent by Implex, so thank you for that. Kills were... like, artillery was pretty deadly, as you can see. The 8-pounders got 152 kills. These skirms got really good kills, my goodness. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, sorry for the delay on the replays. I will be posting the rest of this week. Still, next week we'll be out of town, so sadly next week no videos. And, yeah. That's about it for me, guys. You can have a great rest of your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.